they're snakes. They kill 138,000 people and cripple 400,000 people every year. And now attention to those who have arachnophobia and herpetophobia. Further, you'll see a lot of footage of snakes and spiders. And it's an important part of the video, so we'll show and discuss them. But if you can't stand them, just admit. You've watched Spider-Man and haven't been scared of anything. So let's keep going. But if you're still too scared, leave the snakes in the comments in the amount which would equal your fear rate. With spiders, do the same. Let's kick the snakes and spiders' asses. Yeah, that's the stuff. So speaking about snake venom, we're imagining a single substance, right? But that's not what it is. In fact, it's a cocktail of toxins. One snake can have 150 of them, and each one harms the body in a different way. Some invade nerve cells, some shut down muscles, and some destroy the blood, turning it into jelly. Look at this process reproduced in the lab conditions. Drop 3 or 4 drops of poison into the blood, stir for a few minutes, and that's it. The blood jelly can be served. Snakes make the blood literally freeze in the veins. But why would they do that? Why not stay friends, you probably think. It allows them to start the process of digestion even before getting the food inside their stomach. It means the victim, when getting into the stomach of the snake, is already partially digested. What a clever move, huh? So snakes, they need poison in order to hunt. Well, actually, it's not the only reason. In fact, animals need venom not only to attack, but also to self-defend. For example, bombardier beetles shoot a stream of toxins heated to 212 degrees right out of their asses. This is the boiling point of water, by the way. This principle is similar to a rocket. When threatened, 2 chemicals from 2 different chambers mix and boom, spark. The acrid ass toxin with a loud pop scares predators away or even kills them if they're too weak. The pit vipers use their venom to protect themselves from possums. Yes, those cutest looking animals whom you may feed bananas at home. In the wild would say to you, piss off, asshole. Yes, possums eat snakes, and they don't care about the poisons at all. They are immune to them. We all need to understand that humans are not part of the poisonous snake's diet. Snakes don't care about humans at all. The main thing is just stay away. Snakes bite only those who abuse their comfort zone. Take, for example, the record holder for venom toxicity, Inland Taipan, living in Australia, whose bite carries enough venom to kill 100 people. 8 out of the 10 bitten people are guaranteed to die if not helped by medics. At the same time, Taipan is very humble, lives in the desert, and bites only those who dared to get this close to it. Inland Taipan is not aggressive, so the longest list of victims belongs not to him, but to snakes with less toxic venom. They're called the Big Four. The saw-scaled viper, the chain viper, the Indian crate, and the Indian cobra. In full force, this 4 may be found in India, so the most often cases of death from snake bites occur among Indians. That's because they have a tradition of walking barefoot in the rural areas inhabited by these snakes. It makes sense. They're extremely abundant in the rainy season, so peasants die in droves at that time. Yes, Indians have medicine, but not all of them. Snakes are thought to consciously adjust the amount of venom they want to inject into their prey, because the venom is a really valuable resource to them, which takes a lot of energy and substance to produce. So the animal will assess the size and the type of prey, for example, whether it's land-based or flying, and how fiercely it resists or attacks. And only after that, it measures out the right amount of venom. So when you hold its tail like this, be sure it won't spare any venom for you. But if you've already been bitten, it's useless to suck the venom out. It's an urban legend, and it won't work. I mean, you can suck the blood, but you can't remove any poison from it and reduce its concentration. So, don't be a sucker. I've always wanted to say that. Been waiting for a legitimate moment. And don't pour urine all over the bite, but treat it all with antiseptic. Put a non-pressurizing bandage on it to keep the infection out and call an ambulance. But in the case of the most venomous animals, first aid may be useless. No matter whether you suck the venom out or not, it doesn't have any sense. You're just stuck in this battle with nature. And it's not just snakes. Who are they? The most venomous creatures on the planet. How to determine the winner? You can, of course, put poisonous creatures in a box and see who stays alive, but it's more correct to evaluate the dry facts: the toxicity of the poison, its dose, and speed of action. Here, for example, is the most poisonous spider in the world, the Sydney funnel. Yes, he's also from Australia. Its venom is 60 times stronger than cyanide. Once it lurks in your shoe, say goodbye to your life. But it inhabits quite a small area. Its venom leads to death in 1 to 2 hours, and local doctors already know how to treat it. In addition, both it and the most venomous scorpion, the Indian red scorpion, kill mostly children. Adults have a chance to survive. I wouldn't call them professional killers, by the way. In this experiment, there's no winner. The snake flees the deck in a panic, taking its millipede girlfriend with it, and the spider comes out to breathe and calm down. But who could be better than them? You'll never guess. It's a golden poison frog. Sounds menacing. Yes, definitely. Let's see how many fangs and stings it has, at least. It's actually this little frog from Colombia. Its skin secretes toxin, which is a toxic steroidal alkaloid. It's not even necessary to lick the frog. It's enough to just touch it to knock your heart out of your nervous system in 10 minutes.
South American Indians used to smear its poison on their hunting darts.
The golden poison frog is also known as the golden dart frog, or Philobotys terribilis. It's like terrible, but terribilis. And agree, it seems like it's called so for a reason. To us, Philobotys terribilis is the most dangerous, venomous creature on land. It's the champion of the world of land killers. But it doesn't produce poison itself. It simply devours poisonous insects and accumulates this poison in itself. Those insects are also part of the diet of this bird named pitahoy. It's one of the few poisonous birds on the planet. The toxin seeps into its skin, and if you hold a pitahoy for a while, your skin will start numbing, but the dose of the toxin will not be lethal. But to find an absolute champion in the whole world, we have to go back to Australia for a bit, yes, and sail a little bit offshore.
There you'll find Australian box jelly.
The venom of these jellyfish is not the strongest, only 2,000 times more powerful than cyanide, but it's the fastest acting. If a tentacle goes over a large area of your skin, your heart stops in 5 minutes. And if you want to swim near the bottom of the same area, beware of the bluish lights. They're signs of the blue-ringed octopus's latest warning. Something like, "Listen, you swam into the wrong cove." And please, never grab it as this woman did. I guess she barely could post this video on TikTok. Why? Because if you pinch this octopus, it'll sting you with toxin, a poison that knocks out your nervous system and can paralyze your body right in the water. Toxin is 1,000 times more poisonous than cyanide. To compare, a drop of water is 50 milligrams. The dose of toxin needed to kill an adult is 2 milligrams. But you can die from it not swimming in Australia. It's enough to just eat it in a restaurant. Pufferfish. This is a favorite dish of the Japanese citizens and tourists who want to tickle their nerves. Will it delight or kill? That depends only on the hand skills of the chef. The most important thing is not to touch and carefully remove the organs, liver, ovaries, and intestines, as they're the source of toxin. It can also get into the fish skin, which dolphins take advantage of. They jam the fish in their mouths and scurry around the ocean. A small dose of toxin makes dolphins plunge into a dolphin high. But we can't blame the blue-ringed octopus and the pufferfish for the deaths because they don't produce poisons.